All right. What's up, everybody? Andrew Mahone here with my good friend Athavan Balendran, and he just got back from a top 8 finish at the Charlotte Regional Championships. How you doing, Otto?
I'm doing great, man. Thanks for having me.
Of course. So I am really excited to go over this Zoroark Glaceon deck that we have got here. This is your unique list, right?
Yeah, it was based on Andrew Wambolt's original Glaceon Garb list, but then I tricked it out with Zoroarks and changed up a lot of the cards inside it. So
Nice. I see it is pretty unique and just the thin Zoroark line. This is kind of stuff that we have not seen be successful yet in the standard metagame. I mean, most of the time it's just been thick 4-4 Zoroarks, 4-3 Zoroarks, stuff like that. It's cool to see a different take on a Zoroark engine, so I'm excited to hear you talk about that. But before we get going, first of all, take us through your day one. What did your day one go like? What kind of decks did you play? I know you started out 2-2 to anyone who watched the vlog. Saw you go all the way from 2-2 all the way to 7-2. What was that like?
right, so day one started off a little bit tough, honestly. Like you said, I started off 2-2. I didn't actually think I was going to do that well, to be honest.
Yeah.
I was playing kind of a rogue deck. I started off against Buzzrock round one. I kind of tested for this matchup, so I have 2 Mewtwo's in the deck. So I was a little safe, I think. I beat the Buzzrock. It wasn't too much of a problem.
Yeah.
Round two is where it got really dicey, and my feelings about the tournament started to decline.
Oh, no.
Duskmane Magnezone.
Oh, goodness. Yeah.
Yeah, and, Glaceon's weak to metal, but it almost doesn't even matter because they one-shot you anyways.
Right.
There's not really a good way to deal with it. The ability only turns off GX and EX Pokemon. It doesn't turn off, the Magnezone. So I was freaking out. I saw, the joke was I saw, the Mount Coronet fall out of his deck while he was shuffling.
Right.
And, it's a key card. They're playing. That's when I knew it's a Duskmane Magnezone deck. So I
Right.
out. I figured, the way to take it out would be to, deny the Magnemites from evolving the Magnezone.
Right.
Because, a good way, that you can beat, decks like Peekaboo and Magnezone, which are probably the worst matchups you can play, is that, the Glaceon will stop the Lele if you can get it out turn 1, so they might only be able to get 1 Magnemite or 1 Grubbin out.
Right.
And Guzma can knock that out. They're not going to be able to set up their main attacker. So that was my game plan. It didn't work out. He drew really well, set up really well, and he destroyed me. So I was 1-1 after that. Round 3, I played against Ho-Oh Kiawe.
Yeah.
Another deck that I had tested against. Actually, the 3 main decks that I was coming into Charlotte hoping to play was Buzzrock, Ho-Oh or Fire decks, and Zoroark decks.
Okay.
And I think out of the 6 or the 7 rounds that I won, I played 2 Ho-Oh, 3 Buzzwole, 2 Zoroark. So, it was I got what I wanted to see, and I played against what I wanted to play against. So
Nice.
So round 3, I again played against the Ho-Oh deck. Honestly, the key card in that matchup was Mewtwo. Mewtwo lets me hit Ho-Ohs for a lot of damage because they're putting 4 energy on Ho-Oh if they do get the Kiawe off.
Yeah.
And the other thing is that the Glaceon denies the Lele, so they might have a hard time getting a turn 1 Kiawe because the Glaceon's denying them.
Got it. Cool, man.
Yeah, and then round 4, played against Zoroark Weavile. I lost that one.
Yeah.
It was tough. I don't know. Weavile's kind of like Parallel City. It makes you not want to bench cards.
Right.
So you have a Glaceon, and you want to set up another one, and you have a Zoroark, and you might have another Eevee or Lele, and the damage just piles up. So I tried to hold my bench, but I couldn't set up very well, and he beat me pretty easily. So I was 2-2 from there, and then I won every game after that all the way until round 12 of day 2.
Every game? You mean you 2-0'd all your opponents?
Yeah, I 2-0'd all my opponents.
Oh my gosh, that is nuts. I can't believe that. So you were what, you were 3-2 or you were 2-2? You were 2-2, and then you won every game out.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nuts.
I didn't 2-0 opponents, but day 1, yeah, I just 2-0'd everyone all the way.
That's insane. Even the Buzzrock players, even all that didn't matter.
Yeah, I played 2 Zoropod, another Kiawe, 2 Buzzgarbs, and I just had answers to all those decks, and it was fine. Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah. Glaceon, I feel like, is a super underrated attacker. I mean, what is it? Frost Bullet, the name of that attack, 90-20. is awesome. I mean, with the Choice Band, I feel like you're really doing some excellent damage there. So, did you feel yourself really relying on Glaceon to do most of the heavy lifting in your matchups?
Yeah, it was definitely like Glaceon on the active, denying abilities, spreading damage everywhere, and then like I'm aqua patching to a Lapras in the background
Okay.
to like ready to just sweep them with the Lapras late game.
Right, because the Lapras, that Blizzard burn, just the damage is so perfect with the 30 damage snipe from Frost Bullet, right?
That means you can hit anything with 210 with the Choice Band. So.
Right. That's awesome. So, talk to me about some of the cards in this list. Well, actually, before we do that, let's talk a little bit about your day 2. How did your day 2 go?
Sure. So day 2, again, I wasn't super optimistic because I was looking at the decks that were in day 2. Obviously, there were Zoroark and Buzzwole decks in day 2, but like there was also like Sylveon, Koopa Mill,
Right.
Blue. There were 2 Magnezone decks in day 2.
Oh my gosh.
I was super scared. I was like, oh my gosh, if I hit any one of those decks, I will just get obliterated.
Right.
But, you know, obviously, Pokemon requires a decent bit of luck. And so I hit all the matchups I wanted to hit. Round 1, I played against Ian Robb, was the regional champion
right.
from Bill.
Right.
And he's playing Zoropod. I mean, it was a pretty easy matchup. You just deny Zoroark's the ability to trade. You Enhanced Hammer off the DCE and
right.
into low and just start sweeping with Glaceon. Round 11, I played against Zoroark counters. Again, it's the same thing. You just deny cards. Zoroark counter is actually probably the easiest Zoroark matchup because, like, you don't have to knock out anything.
Right.
I honestly had one game where I just Guzma around everything, put damage everywhere, didn't take a prize, and then just started taking prizes at the end.
Right, because you just Frost Bullet, and then just the math adds up perfect. You can have 3 prize turns, just crazy stuff like that.
Right, because you can put 2 Frost Bullets, 180, Guzma something else, and then knock both of them out for
right.
prize.
Nuts.
And then it doesn't matter if he has counter energy because I've set up my board already. It was a good strategy in that matchup.
For sure, and then shutting down trade the whole time, they really can't get anything going anyways.
Yeah, and I'm enhanced hammering things that I'm afraid of too, so it comboed pretty well, I thought.
That's awesome, awesome. So, got through day 2. What was your matchup in top 8, and how did that go?
Well, I lost to a Buzzwole in day 2 before top 8.
Yeah.
And then I played against Buzzwole in top 8, so I was a little bit nervous. So I had beaten 3 Buzzwoles on day 1, but like obviously the caliber of Buzzwole players was completely different from the people that, like, you know, top 8 I was playing against Alex Szymanski.
Right. Right.
But besides that, he drew pretty well. If you ask him, I'm sure he'll say it. He hit 8 for 8 on all the max elixirs.
Ooh.
Yeah. I'll be the first to admit to anybody that, you know, if a Buzzwole can hit its elixirs, I don't think there's a deck in the entire format that can stop it. So.
Right. Right. And that matchup can be close. Like, it definitely can. There's a reason we're playing 2 Mewtwo in here.
Yeah. Like if I didn't have the 2 Mewtwo, it would be iffy for sure. It'd be close. But yeah, I think if a Buzzwole hits its elixirs, it almost doesn't even care if it gets knocked out by a Mewtwo because the next one's coming in.
Right.
And you have to have the resources to keep up with them. Alex played this matchup really well. He actually knew that the Lapras would be my late game card. So he set up a Lycanroc. He knew the Lycanroc couldn't be stopped by my Mewtwo's. And he put Buzzwole damage, focused it on my Glaceons and my Lapras, so that he stopped anything from killing those. And then late game, I only have 2 Mewtwo's and a Lapras with a lot of damage on it, and he was well aware of how to, like, stop me.
Right. No, that actually makes a lot of sense. If you can soften things up with the 1 energy Buzzwole, then come in with the Lycanroc can actually knock everything out, because that actually Claw Slash will add up.
Yeah, you can Dangerous Rogue and then Claw Slash the next turn.
Right. So that's pretty cool. But congrats, man. First top 8. That is amazing, and an amazing accomplishment for sure. I mean, there were like over 900 Masters players there. So fantastic finish. Tell us a little bit about just the card inclusions in your list. And the first question I've got is like, no Bridget. I mean, that's the first thing you notice about this deck is we ain't got a Bridget in here. So tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, I mean, I got that a lot from a lot of people. So me and Riley, we were testing this. We tested like 4 versions. I think I sent him a bunch of lists. He sent me a bunch of lists. We tested the Glaceon Garb first, and then we tested just 4/4 Zoroark. Because, I mean, you ask Riley, he said he doesn't want to go into a tournament without being able to say the word trade. You know,
sure. Okay.
like 4/4 Zoroark is just so good. It's so consistent. You draw through everything. You have puzzles. So we played a 4/4 Zoroark, and we played a Glaceon line that's similar to Zoropod, so it'd be like a 3/2.
Right.
But we found that the problem with that is that Glaceon isn't like a supplemental attacker. It should be something that's sitting in the active.
All the time, right.
Like, you might as well play Guzma because it's 1 energy and it attacks for more damage, and it can be Guzma off the bench and everything. So,
right, Glaceon is more or less not good if you don't get it out early. I mean, a lot of the time, yeah.
It's a horrible bench sitter. It does absolutely nothing. It scares nobody. It's best in active, and so I thought one day, you know what? I'm gonna flip the line instead of going like a 4/4 Zoroark 3/2 Glaceon. Let me try the other way around, a 4/3 Glaceon and a 2/2 Zoroark.
Sure.
And I thought it was much better. The Zoroark was honestly a luxury in the deck. Like, there were plenty of games I just never got it out because I didn't need to draw any extra cards.
Sure.
But sometimes like an extra trade here or there to combo that with Aqua Patch was nice. The other thing, like mathematically speaking, to get the T1, like turn 1 Glaceon lock, you need to see a good amount of cards because you need Float Stone, you need an Eevee, you need a Water Energy.
Right.
To be able to be in the active. So if you bridge it off of your turn 1, you're only seeing the first 7 cards in your hand.
Right.
So you need to have those pieces in the first 7 cards. So I found that if I play a draw supporter and nest balls, like a nest ball for the Eevee and draw supporter, that'll let me see at least 14 cards on my first turn to be able to get the Float Stone and the Water Energy, hit the lock.
That makes a lot of sense. Yeah, no, I definitely agree with that. It's the same reason why I don't think that BuzzGarb should be playing a Bridget as well, just because you want to get the turn 2 Garb. In order to do that, drawing into as many cards as possible is usually the best thing to do it. And also you want to get a quick Buzzwole, so like you want to hit max elixirs and things like that. Bridget is just a slow card, I need to be honest.
Yeah, I was definitely inspired by your nest ball inclusion in BuzzGarb to do that.
So. Awesome. Good stuff, man. And then obviously the 2 Mewtwo, fantastic for that Buzzwole matchup. The 1 of Lapras. You think the Lapras is here to stay? Definitely a needed card?
Yeah, it's like if you Polar Spear, you lose your like way to just deal with something.
Right.
Know? There was definitely games where like I'm behind on the board state and I just need a way to just knock out their active and then we'll be back in even terms. And being able to attach and double Aqua Patch and Blizzard Burn for 190 damage just really helps you even the board state out late game.
Right. Cool. And then, so Lapras is cool. Did you ever find yourself collecting?
Yes, a lot.
A lot.
I watched your video and like, you know, unfortunately it didn't work out for you, but collecting is super useful if, you know, sometimes a lot of these attackers do require 2 attachments.
Right.
Sometimes I'll put a DC on a Glaceon, I'll already have a water on the Lapras, I'll just collect. I mean, it's like a 190 HP stall Pokemon.
Right. Now, what'd you think about Ice Beam GX? Did you use that?
It was horrible.
Horrible.
I used it one time, and it was the worst idea ever.
Oh my gosh. Didn't end up working out, huh?
Yeah, I was like, okay, it's a Golisopod. Like, I'm just going to Ice Beam it. It'll be stuck.
No, it's not stuck.
And the next turn, I was like, oh, wow. Like, I'm not going to waste a Blizzard Burn on this Golisopod now. You know,
right.
I just did 130 damage to it, and I'm going to waste a Blizzard Burn on it. Like,
right.
If I something else, I can't kill that Golisopod. I just Ice Beam. It was bad.
Yeah, didn't work out. What about the 2 Energy Loto, 2 Enhanced Hammer? Interesting choices there. Little 2 of card, you know, tech cards. What'd you think about those?
They were my favorite 4 cards in the deck, hands down.
Awesome.
Lotto, going back to that, getting the turn 1 lock.
Yeah.
Require Water Energy, Float Stone, Eevee. And missing the Water Energy is tough. Like, so a lot of people play a lot more water. Like, if you don't want to whiff, you could play like 10 water to make sure you hit it on your turn 1. But the biggest problem is that you can't play more than 4 DCE.
Right.
So me and Riley were thinking about it, and Riley's the one that convinced me to do it. He's like, if you whiff the turn 2 DCE, you lose.
For sure.
You evolved into Glaceon and you did no damage. So, I mean, it's sitting inactive and you're just doing nothing. You're passing on turn 2 of the game. It's horrible. So Riley said we need a way to guarantee that we see at least a water or a DCE on turn 1, which is with the Lotto, and then see a DCE on turn 2 if you hit the Lotto again. So
right. That's awesome.
Yep.
Good stuff. I also really like it. It's just like in hands where you have Sycamore. You can Energy Lotto, find a Water Energy, and then Sycamore it away. Get it in the discard pile too. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. in the
definitely.
deck as well.
Exactly. Thin the deck. I do like it. 7 cards is just a ton of cards to dig.
That's
So
true.
it's awesome. Combined with trade, and you really get to see a lot of cards there. Now, the 2 Enhanced Hammer, obviously, Enhanced Hammer is really good against Zoroark decks. Did you find it good against anything else?
Yeah, it was good against Buzzwole. I mean, turn 2 absorption is really scary.
Yeah,
So if they catch the strong and then they require the other elixirs, I can take out the strong energy so they can't come in and just obliterate an active Glaceon or something like that.
right. Good
And
deal.
I played against 2 Zoroark Lycanrocs in day 2,
Okay.
and was able to 2-0 both of them because they would attach. They know the only way to take me out is by Dangerous Rogue, so they'll put a strong on the Rockruff, and I can attack into the active, Enhanced Hammer, the strong off the Rockruff, and then their board state is now behind a turn.
For sure. For sure. Now, the last question I have is about the supporter count. I felt like it might be like, and the one Lele. So, like, I just played a game with it, actually was able to win. So that's good. We got another video coming up of a win with this deck, which is great. I was kind of able to rope-a-dope a Buzzwole deck there, so that was nice. But the supporter count is a little thin. 1 copy of Lele. Well, we got 4 Sycamore, 3 N, 2 Cynthia. I guess, like, you know, decks used to play like 4 Sycamore, 4 N, and, you know, maybe 2 or 3 copies of Lele. So I guess it's like similar, but did you feel like it was okay?
I mean, honestly, like I'll be the first to admit, like there were games where I definitely bricked.
Yeah.
I mean, I had a lot of playing in best of 3 where I had 3-game series to, not break in 2 other games.
Right.
But yeah, it was risky. It was risky. Like obviously your Buzzgarb deck played, way more supporters than this, and then had even 1 more Lele on top of that. So I justified the supporter decrease with the inclusion of a 2/2 Zoroark, and I think it balanced itself out. It's hard to equate 1 Zoroark to 1 draw supporter.
Right.
I'm able to say that with playing 2 Zoroarks, it's okay to cut, 2 Cynthia or 1 man, 1 Cynthia. So.
Right. I think actually now that I'm looking at it, it really was just like if you trade like, you know, the 1 N for 1 Cynthia, and then I just had 1 more Lele, 1 more Lily, like 1 Lele, 1 Lily, you know. So it's like 2 more draw options, but you know, you do have Zoroark in here, and I think that playing like this number of draw supporters is pretty standard. I mean, when you look at like a lot of the Buzzrock decks, like those decks really skimp away with some pretty low supporter counts. And, you know, I mean, they're playing Octillery. So it's like you try to set up the Octillery, use that to lean on. You don't really need too many draw supporters after you set that guy up. I think that you made a good point out of like, you know, you just need the deck to work 2 out of 3 games. And, you know, some of the other cards that you get to include by not including a 3rd Cynthia, like Energy Loto, Enhanced Hammer, Nest Balls, things like that. Things that really speed up your deck if you're able to just draw the cards you need. And then once you get Zoroark stabilized, you're usually cool anyway.
Yep, and I think, like, the Zoroark decks that you're going to play against are playing an even thinner supporter line.
Right.
I know I was talking to Alex Hill, he was playing Zoroark Lycanroc, and he said, like, this match is almost impossible because for the Zoroark player, they have to Guzma to start being able to trade.
Right.
And they only play 2 Guzma on the deck because they have Lycanroc, but Lycanroc ability is turned off, trade ability is turned off. So they have to manually draw into the only 2 Guzmas in their deck.
Right. Or double puzzle, which like is very hard to piece together with a Glaceon in the active.
Yep. Especially when it's just, I mean, and if they do manage to skimp the DCE or anything, I'm going to come in with Enhanced Hammer and we'll restart the process again where they have to just top deck.
Right. For sure. For sure. Awesome, man. Well, I think that just about wraps it up. I mean, the deck is fantastic. I really think that it has the potential to be kind of like a tier 1 contender heading forward, especially just dealing such a tough matchup to those Zoroark decks is definitely a breath of fresh air, considering that the Zoroark decks have kind of taken over there for a little while, and just in time actually, because it looks like my network connection just quit on me on PTCGO, so it just it just aborted on me, so that's fine. Anything you want to say, Otto? Thank you so much for showing up and talking to us a little bit about your deck, man.
I mean, if this goes up before this weekend Portland Regionals, I actually tested this deck out against the Lucario decks that are coming out.
Yeah.
And it does a good job of, because Lucario needs a lot of pieces to set up. It needs to be able to, like, evolve or Guzma or Acerola out of its own, in the active spot. So I think if anyone wants to play this deck for Portland, I would suggest cutting one Mewtwo for one Mew EX, and I think it would be a good way to deal with Lucario. So
awesome. Well, thanks for that insight, Otto, and thank you so much for the interview. Man, take it easy. And thank you all for watching the video. Make sure to like the video, sub to the channel. Thank you all for watching. Peace.